Happy blissful day to you guys. I want to share with you something real quick. So, the video that I did yesterday about robotic affirmations, kind of just a lot of people send us messages, inboxes, commented. It kind of like, I think it's going viral at the moment. But there was one particular client that actually booked a session with us and say, hey, Gabriel, Kylie, I need your help because I've been doing robotic affirmations for 2 months and I've been affirming 10,000 times, like every single day. I'm like, oh my greatness, what the? Seriously? Well, so you actually shared with us that he's been affirming 10,000 times every single day for 2 months, and nothing has happened, and he felt so despondent, he felt like giving up, he felt so defeated. And I really felt for him, because I mean, I won't affirm like this. This just me personally. I would not affirm 10,000 times. I would not, because I have an experience of the law of assumption, and the law of assumption states that all that is required from you is just to assume that you already have it, right? So if I assume that I have $10,000 in my bank account, I will accept that assumption right now, and then I'll remind myself I have it. But I'm not going to do it for 10,000 times. So he's been actually affirming 10,000 times. He actually shared with me that he had an application that actually counts his affirmations, that he documented it, that he had a ledger. And I'm like, oh my word. So as I'm hearing this from him, I immediately knew that he affirmed from lack. I immediately knew that he affirmed from a state of lack. So I asked him, okay, do you actually believe that you have your desire right now? He's like, no, that's why I'm affirming. I'm like, precisely, that is the problem. You see, I'm going to share my experience with you, and I've manifested so many things. Dream desires, I've manifested dream cars, my dream partner, my dream life. And so I actually know what I'm talking about. I'm not just like any other guy or that makes YouTube videos that just read stuff. I've experienced this. I went through the process. So I know what it means to actually manifest something out of nothing. So when he told me that, okay, he's been doing all these things, he's been, affirming for 10,000 times, that's the reason why I actually emphasize to you guys that when you do any method or technique, always make sure that you do it from a place of already having your desire. So if you do robotic affirmations, you want to do it from a place of already having your desire. Now, why is that so important? Because you're not going to spiral, and your nervous system is not going to crash, and you're not going to get to this place that I actually just had the session with this client. Because when you accept that you already have it, it's already a done deal. You don't have to do shit. You don't have to do methods, techniques, or stuff, because you already have it. But when you do methods or techniques, that's to remind you that you already have it. It's like to remind you that your name is Gabriel. You're like, my name is Gabriel, my name is Gabriel. Yes, I know my name is Gabriel. Boom. And then you do that until you feel, oh yeah, sure, okay, yeah, I accept that my name is Gabriel, right? So then I had an awesome session with this client and I said, your problem was that you affirm from a state of lack. That's the reason why you feel so defeated, depressed, and anxious. So I told him that, listen, what we're going to do now is we're going to shift you to the version of yourself who now has your desire. So we did a few things. I made sure that I cleared everything that was in his way. And I made sure that he understands and understands that he already has. You are already in Barbados. You already have your desire. It is done. It is a done deal. Now, all you need to do is remain faithful to this assumption. So I asked him, what is your favorite technique, method, or whatever you use to affirmation? He said, like, affirmations. I said, okay, cool. So all you need to do is use this affirmation. And I gave him an affirmation. Now the affirmation was simply to remind him that he already has his desire. So whenever he now does his affirmations, it is from a place of already having his desires. And now get this. I did a trial run with him. I said, okay, I want you to do your affirmations now with me. Do it with your eyes open and your eyes closed. And the most beautiful thing is when he did it with his eyes open, he lit up. He smiled. You know, he took his hand and put it in his heart because he felt that, yeah, okay, yes, it is literally to remind me that I already have my desire. And I told precisely, that's, in my opinion, what methods and techniques are for. It's to remind you that you already have your desires, not to get your desires. Because if you do any method or technique to get your desires, you are doing it from a place of lack. You are doing it from a state of lack. In other words, you are telling yourself that you do not have it. So when you tell yourself that you do not have it, guess what? You're going to get more of what you do not have because you are telling yourself, I don't have my desires. I'm in lack. I'm still waiting for it. I'm hoping for the best. I'm praying. I'm doing all these things. But when you accept that you are already in Barbados and you went first class, guess what? You have now shifted into the version of you who already has your desires. So all you now do on a daily basis is just to remind yourself that that is your new story. For example, when I manifested my wife, I accept that I was already a blissfully married man. Even though I was single, remember, I was single in the 3D. I was single in the 3D. I had no relationship, no woman. But during the day, I reminded myself that I am already a blissfully married man. How did I remind myself? Gratitude. I simply say that I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm blissfully married. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am a married man. And I did that whenever my desire came to my mind. So when I went for walks on the beach, look at this beautiful. Look at it. Look at this. Look at this. So whenever I went on walks on the beach, looking at the sunset alone, seeing other couples, I reminded myself that I am already in a blissfully married man by simply saying that I'm so happy and grateful for my blissful marriage, and I'm so happy and grateful for my beautiful, blissful wife. When I went to restaurants alone, and I saw couples having the awesome, amazing time. And when it came to my mind that, oh shit, you are single, I reminded myself that my beautiful wife is right next to me, and I cheersed. And I took my glass in my imagination. I said, cheers, baby, to endless bliss. I love you. You look so beautiful. You see, I lived from that place. I lived in the state of the wish fulfilled. I already accepted that I'm already a blissfully married man, because the only real world is in my imagination. The only real world is in my mind. The only real world is in my brain. So all I had to do is just remind myself that it is 3.5 months, boom, my beautiful wifey showed up. And now I am experiencing a blissfully married life with my wife. It's just like a movie. And I wish the same for you as well. So now to conclude, this is what I told the client. Listen, the problem that you did is you affirm from a place of lack, and as a result, it made you feel anxious, depressed, and defeated. That's why you wanted to give up. But all I did today is we just found out, I said, okay, what do you think is stopping you from actually having this desire? He told me. I said, okay, cool. You know that you're bigger than this, right? He's like, yeah, okay, cool. And then we shift him into the place of already having now. And now all he has to do now is simply just remind himself every day that he's already that person, you know? And he just texted me a couple of hours ago that he received notifications because his desire is to manifest tons of money. So he just texted me and he told me that he received 2 notifications that he will be rewarded a refund from different, companies and stuff like that he didn't know about and stuff like that. That was simply because he shifted into the version of himself that already has his desire. You see? So that's why I shared with you guys, whenever you do any method, tool, or technique, always do it from the place of already having. Because if you don't do that, you're actually going to cause unnecessary stress, anxiety, and depression for yourself, you see. That's why you want to do it from a place of already having, of a place of already reminding yourself that it's a done deal. Because if you're not going to do that, it's going to be a little bit challenging. Of course, it can work, but it's going to be challenging because now you're doing it from a place of lack. And as you know, with the law of assumption, it simply states that you have to assume that you already have it now, right now. You're not depending on the universe, on the moon, on any other gods, anything outside of yourself. You do not depend on anything outside of yourself, whether that's a god, a moon, a tarot card reader, the universe. No. The law of assumption states that everything is already within you. It's in your mind, in your imagination. Your job is just to select it and accept it, and then remain faithful to that acceptance. and you remain faithful until it hardens into fact. Now, I remain faithful when I manifested all my dream cars. Boom, it hardened into fact. I remain faithful when I manifested my wife. Boom, it hardened into fact. I remain faithful when I manifested $1 million in my telecoms business. Boom, it hardened into fact. I remain faithful now that I just, shared with my wife. I said, oh, wouldn't it be nice just to manifest 20K, in our coaching business? Boom, we already manifested 20K in our coaching business, and it's not even, the end of the month. So I'm telling you these things to actually test it, have fun with it, and know that everything already exists within you. Your job is just to accept that you have it now, remain faithful to that, and remind yourself that you already have it on a single daily basis. And it shows up. Simple like that. So that's my message for you today. And if you need one-on-one help or coaching, you can click on the link below. Having said that, keep smiling and enjoy your blissful day.